Today, we're diving into something that a lot of people believe is the next great leap in AI, agents. And these aren't just AIs that think, we're talking about AIs that do. For the last few years, AI has been this incredible assistant, right? It can answer a question, it can generate an image, it can translate text, but it's always been just that, an assistant that needs a human to direct every single step. Well, we are now right in the middle of a massive shift, moving from an AI that just predicts or creates to a whole new class of software that's capable of autonomous problem solving. And it's helpful to think of it this way. This isn't just some new feature for AI. It's really the natural evolution that takes these incredibly powerful language models and makes them genuinely useful in the software we use every single day. Okay, so how do these agents actually work? To really understand what makes them tick, it helps to think of them as having three core interconnected parts: a brain, some hands, and a nervous system. First up, you have the model. This is the agent's brain. Plain and simple. It's the large language model, the core reasoning engine that processes all the information, evaluates different options, and makes the actual decisions. Basically, this is where all the thinking happens. But of course, a brain can't do much on its own. It needs hands to interact with the world. And that is exactly where tools come in. These are the things that allow the agent to take real action. We're talking about calling an API to get the latest weather, or querying a database for customer information, or even writing and running a piece of code to get a specific task done. And finally, you've got to connect it all together. That's the orchestration layer. You can think of it as the agent's nervous system. This is the process that manages the entire operational loop. It's responsible for the planning, for remembering past actions, and for developing the strategy to make sure the agent's thoughts are actually translated into effective actions. So we've got the brain, the hands, and the nervous system. Now let's see how this all comes together in a continuous, cyclical process that actually gets things done. It always starts with a mission. Now, this could be a really complex goal, or it could be something as simple and common as a customer support question. Where is my order? Now, a simple AI might just give you a generic, kind of unhelpful answer, but an agent follows a loop. First, it thinks, and it creates a multi-step plan. Find the order, get the tracking number, and then report back. Next, it acts, using a tool to go query the internal database. It then observes the result. Aha, it's found the order and the tracking number. So it acts again, but this time using a different tool to check the shipping carrier's API. It observes that the package is out for delivery, and it's only then, with all the facts in hand, that it reports the complete, accurate answer back to you. This fundamental loop is really the building block for increasingly powerful and complex AI systems. In fact, we can actually classify agents into different levels based on their capabilities. At the very bottom, at level 0, you've just got the brain, the language model operating all by itself. It has a huge amount of knowledge from its training data. It could explain the entire history of the New York Yankees, but it can't tell you the score of last night's game. Why? Because that game happened after its training was complete. Then, at level 1, we give the agent hands by connecting it to external tools. So now, when you ask about the baseball score, its brain recognizes that it needs real-time data. It uses a search API, observes the results, and can tell you, yep, the Yankees won 5-3. All of a sudden, it's connected to the world. Level 2 is where things start to get strategic. These agents can break down complex multi-part goals. Let's say you ask it to find a good coffee shop halfway between two addresses. It first creates a plan, find the halfway point, then search for highly rated coffee shops in that specific location, and then present the results. It's become a true multi-step problem solver. And finally, we get to the frontier, level 3. Here, we move from just a single agent to a whole team of specialists. Imagine a project manager agent that's been tasked with launching a new product. It doesn't do all the work itself. Instead, it delegates tasks to a market research agent, a marketing agent, and a web development agent, coordinating all their work to achieve the final goal. This isn't just about automation anymore. This is about automated collaboration and strategy, and it could fundamentally change how complex projects get managed. This evolution in capability, as you might guess, fundamentally changes our relationship with AI, especially for those of us who build software. We're moving away from being bricklayers, where we have to code every single logical step with absolute precision. Instead, our role is becoming much more like a director. We set the scene with instructions, we choose the cast by providing the right tools, and then we guide this autonomous actor to deliver the performance we need. So here's the crucial point. When an agent is configured with clear instructions, reliable tools, and the right context, it stops being just simple automation. It truly becomes a collaborative entity, a new, powerful, and adaptable member of your team. And that brings us to the final thought for this explainer. As this technology matures and becomes a true digital coworker, it raises a really fascinating question for all of us, doesn't it? What job will you give it first?